Following a very successful spring fling last weekend at the Memorial Coliseum, the IPFW Volleyball return home to take on George Mason. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Maas, joined as always by Ryan Perrott. And Ryan, a very successful spring fling last weekend.
It was a great spring fling for the IPFW Mastodons. They showed why they're one of the top teams in the country. And then if they can play the way they did against this team here tonight, George Mason, look for them to roll through to the MIVA Championship.
Playing as well as they did last weekend, is there concern for a possible letdown tonight?
Well, let's put it this way. If they can play the way tonight, like they did against Pacific and Penn State at the spring fling at the Memorial Coliseum, this team should have no problems whatsoever tonight and for the rest of the season.
It's IPFW hosting George Mason, and it's coming up next right here on College 56 Sports.
A 6'5" freshman from Nicosia, Cyprus, number 8, Panos Erakleus. A 6'8" sophomore from Racine, Wisconsin, number 9, Josh Sanders.
Okay.
A 6'7" senior from Red Wing, Minnesota, number 10, Chris Gislin. A 6'7" freshman from Cabo Rojo, Puerto Rico, number 12, Angel Ruiz. A 6'6" senior from Rojo, Puerto Rico, number 13, Hector Soto. A 6'8" senior from Huntington Beach, California, number 15, Scott Lane. The libero for the Dons, a 6'7" junior from Huntington Beach, California, number 14, John Thompson. The Dons are coached by Arnie Ball. He is assisted by Lisa Horman, Dennis Johnson, Dave Schmidlin, and Mark Franke.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW. This is Mike Miles along with Ryan Perrott calling the action in tonight's men's volleyball match between the Patriots of George Mason University and the IPFW Volleydons. This telecast of men's volleyball is brought to you in part by Dairy Queen, Waterfield Mortgage, Fujifilm, Touchtone, Chestnut Group Incorporated, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Pizza Hut of Canterbury. Ryan Perrott, last weekend we saw IPFW play perhaps their best volleyball of the season. Can they keep it up here tonight?
I hope so. They had a lot of intensity this week during practice. And, ever since coming back from California where they had that little letdown, losing to two very good teams out there, Loyola Marymount and Long Beach State, as Scott Lane gets ready to serve into the net there. Coach sort of challenged him a little bit, asked him, is this where you want to be, during the season? Is this where you thought you would be during the season for a chance at the national championship? So all the players sort of refocused themselves, and they're ready now for the last push of the season.
And kill attempt by Josh Sanders goes into the net. So right off the bat, the Patriots get a point on their first serve of the evening. Serving will be number 3, Jonathan Hanners, a 6'3" sophomore out of Richmond, Virginia. Good change of pace there by Chris Gislin.
Nice play by Gislin there, the pineapple over the top. Defended by Loy Ball when they went to the Final Four in Hawaii.
Doing a serving, number 8, Panos Erakleus, getting a start tonight.
She's starting in the place of Jeff Patak, who has some knee troubles. Getting a little rest here tonight.
Side out, the Patriots of George Mason University from Fairfax, Virginia. Brian Allen, number 4, serving. Hit ball twice on the kill attempt by Hector Soto, so it's side out to the Dons. Again, if you just joined us, game one, best of 5 match. George Mason on top, 1-0. IPFW on the serve. Josh Sanders. Nice kill there by Jason White, number 7, a 6-foot sophomore out of Springfield, Virginia. Side out to George Mason.
Jason White leads the team in kills per game. Very talented player, also leads the team in digs.
Scott Smith serves long, service error, so it's side out to the Dons. IPFW coming into tonight has a record of 12-7. They are 7-2 in MIVA action. Their opponents from George Mason, 9-8 overall. Solid serve there. Service ace, and the Dons are on the board.
Great serve by Chris Gislin. Second on the team in service aces this season. That topspin jump serve.
Double hit, I believe, so it's point to the Dons, and now they lead 2-1. Here's a good look at Chris. 6'7" senior out of Red Wing, Minnesota. Serves into the net, however, and the 2-point run is over. White with the jump serve, and he serves it into the net. Side out IPFW.
George Mason lives and dies by their serving. They average about 1.5 service aces a game.
Hector Soto with the jump serve. And it's long, service error. Right now, Ryan, the Dons don't look quite as crisp as they did at the Coliseum last week.
Not as crisp, and perhaps some reasons for that. A couple changes in the starting lineup.
Nice kill there by Iarcleos.
Iarcleos in the starting lineup with Josh Sanders. Little feeling out process for those two in their first big test of the season.
The ball hits the antenna, so it is point to IPFW, and they now lead 3-1. You get a good look at number 12, Angel Ruiz, a 6'7" freshman out of Cabo Rojo, Puerto Rico.
Nice serve there.
It's at 4-1 in favor of the Dons.
There's an Achilles heel for this Patriot team. It's the reception of serve. Not a very good passing team.
A for effort, but unfortunately the return goes wide. So it's side out to the Patriots. And we'll get a look at number 12, James Clanny, a 6'6" freshman out of Northbrook, Illinois. Chicago area.
Coming our way.
Nice play by Scott Lane, taking on the advantage of the long arms and that 6'8" frame of his to force a side out. And in fact, Scott will now serve. Scott out of Huntington Beach, California.
Leads the team in service aces with 34 on the season.
He starts off with that jump serve. Kill attempt is long by White. Point to IPFW. They now lead 5-1. Another service error. Side out, Patriots. Now we'll get a look at Jonathan Hanners, who began serving first rotation for the Patriots. Change of pace attempt by Gislin, and Sanders goes awry.
Set a bit low there for Josh Sanders to hit. Gislin trying to run the middle. Right idea, just a bit low. Point for George Mason.
And service ace, as libero John Thompson looked at it, thought it was going to go long, but it dove in. And the Patriots now close it to 5-3. Kill attempt by Lane is long, and just like that, the Patriots are on a roll. 3 straight points on serve.
There's some tough serves here. Deep float serve. Enters all the way back to the end of the baseline. Nice pass.
Yarcleus with a good kill, and it's side out to IPFW. 5-4 is our score. Volleyball's on top. Yarcleus with the serve. Kill attempt by Scott Smith goes into the net. So it's point IPFW. Makes it 6-4. Service error. So the serve goes over to George Mason. Yeah, you get a good look at Coach Arnie Ball of IPFW. Gislin with the set. Good dig there by White. Kill attempt is long. Side out Dons.
So far, a lot of hitting errors by George Mason early. A couple chances there to convert. That time the pipe set in transition sails long.
Josh Sanders, who was a guest on the Arnie Ball show this week. Solid kill by Jason White. Side out, Patriots.
As I mentioned earlier, White leading the team in kills per game at about 5.5. He sees a lot of balls, leads the team in total attempts, right around that 600 mark for the season.
Scotty Lane with a solid kill off the fingertips of Brian Allen. Side out, IPFW. Chris Gislin now with the serve. It's long, service error. Side out, George Mason. Now we'll see Jason White again. Net violation on the part of Gislin, so it's point to the Patriots. Makes it now 6-5 in favor of IPFW.
Another overpass, look out. And he hit it into the net.
Side out Dons. Thought it was interesting watching that serve, the flick of the wrist spin by White as throwing the ball up.
A wild jump serve because he stands about 10 feet past the end line to put a lot of topspin on the ball.
Good dig by Thompson. Gislin with the set. Scotty Lane gets the kill. Point. I'm sorry.
Nice shot by Scotty going down the line there. Second in the team in kills. Around 4.5 a game. Hector Soto back to serve. He leads the team in kills per game at 7.
Gislin with the set. Hector puts it away. There's a server helping his own cause.
Started with a great touch off the block there. And the Patriots want timeout.
So timeout is called here with our score in game 1. IPFW 8, George Mason 5. We will return in just a moment.
Really wanted to go for an Indiana University business degree.
But with housing and tuition, it really adds up, and the money just wasn't there to go away to college.
And with a 2-year-old, my housing options were kind of limited anyway.
And the truth is, I really wanted to keep my job and stay close to home.
Going to IPFW made all of that possible.
IPFW? The best choice I ever made.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The right school, right here, right now.
Welcome back to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, everybody. Mike Miles and Ryan Perrott with you. Game 1 of our best-of-5 match tonight, featuring the IPFW Volleyball and the George Mason University Patriots. Ryan, it's 8-5 here in game 1, but we've both noticed a lot of service errors early on.
A lot of service errors early on, perhaps a feeling out process on both teams. George Mason, not a very good team on the road. They're 2-5 on the road. IPFW 4-1 here at the Gate Sports Center.
Well, teams are back on the court following a George Mason timeout, and Hector Soto will once again serve for IPFW. Good kill there by James Clanny. Side out to George Mason.
Clanny hitting around the 400 mark for the season. Very impressive middle for the Patriots.
There you get a good look at Art Coulons serving for George Mason. Oh, nice change of pace by Angel Ruiz. Side out to the Dons. Well, he did find the open area there to hit that little dink shot. And now he gets to serve.
Overpass.
Oh, nice shot by Josh Sanders. Point to the Dons makes it 9-5, and a little of everything there, Ryan.
Nice play in transition there. IPFW in the last couple of weeks have just been touching almost every ball from their opponents on the attack. That time, Chris Gislin running the middle in transition, something he's worked on in practice a lot. It's paid off.
White's kill attempt is long. Point goes to the Dons. They now lead 10-5. Ruiz continues to serve. Kill attempt is wide.
A lot of hitting errors by George Mason here early. They're not in the rhythm. Sailing a lot of balls long. I think they're overdoing it just a little bit.
Good dig there by Ruiz. Nice block by George Mason. And finally the point goes to IPFW.
Another nice shot there by Josh Sanders. Set just a little slow for him there. Nice set selection though by Chris Gislin in transition, running the middle again.
Makes it 12-5. Don's on top. Gislin with the set. Scotty Lane puts it away.
Another touch off the block, set that one up. Josh Sanders in the middle.
And again, there's the experience factor. These guys have played together for a while for IPFW, and they know what they can do, what each other wants to do. Nice kill there by Clanny. Stops a 5-point run. Gives George Mason the serve back. Patriots trail 13-5 here in game one. Clanny, a 6'6" freshman, with the serve. The thought was there, the execution wasn't quite there between Gislin and Sanders. So it's point to the Patriots. And timeout is called. You too can participate in the excitement of Mastodon athletics by joining the Royal Dons Athletic Association. The Royal Dons is IPFW's official athletic booster organization. Members enjoy benefits such as priority seating at IPFW sports events and food and refreshments in the hospitality room. For more information about the Royal Dons, call 219-481-6958 or write to Royal Dons Athletic Association, 2101 East Coliseum Boulevard, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805. You get a good look at the crowd here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center tonight, supporting their IPFW athletic teams. Teams back on the court. It is 13-6 in favor of IPFW. George Mason, however, in the person of James Clanny, has the serve. Good dig there by Brian Allen. Another dig there by Soto. Can we save it? No. Point to the Pats. Makes it 13-7. Well, they're on a little bit of a mini run right now. 3 points in a row on serve, Ryan. Miss hit by Clanny on the serve, however. Breaks the string and turns the serve over to IPFW.
IPFW doesn't want to have George Mason hang around. Up 13-5. They gave up 3 points there. See if they can finish it here with Scott Lane serving. There's one.
Kill attempt goes into the net by Coulons. Now we've got game point. IPFW fans on their feet. You can see Scott Lane motioning. Get on the feet, fans. Get on your feet. Jump serve. Solid kill by Brian Allen, however. Keeps the Patriot hopes alive. Now serving for George Mason will be Jonathan Hanners. Gislin with the set. Scotty Lane with the kill.
A lot of heat behind that ball from Scotty Lane. Coming out of the back row, right side, the D set. Scotty hammering it cross court for a side out.
Yerkleus with the serve, serving for game one. And George Mason gets credit for the kill. Coulons gets the honors. A couple of the Dons thought it might have hit the pole, but to no avail. Side out Patriots. Well, they're going to call it service ace, I do believe.
Serve caught the line. Nice jump floater there.
Makes it 14-9. Patriots trail by 5.
This is a tough serve by Allen here. That little jump floater. Hardly any spin, a lot of flotation.
Hector Soto.
Over the top. Nice shot by Hector.
Side out Dons. Game point once again, and this time Josh Sanders with the honors. 6'8" sophomore from Racine, Wisconsin. Good dig by Sanders. Gislin with the set. Oh, nice kill there. However, a good block by Coulons. Stretches this out a little bit longer. Side out Patriots. Good look there at Scott Smith, a 6'5" rather senior from Midlothian, Virginia. Serves wide, service error. This will be the third game point attempt now for IPFW. See if Chris Gislin can get the job done. Jump serve. And a good kill by Coulons. Side out George Mason.
The ball deflected off the block there. Gislin went one way to play it. Because of the deflection, tried to go the other way. Just couldn't handle it. Side out to the Patriots.
Jason White. Service there into the net. Here we go again.
Couple service errors in a row there for George Mason. Another chance for IPFW to put it away. Soto to serve.
Out on its feet. Block attack just long. Side out once again to George Mason. 6 consecutive side outs between these two teams. Now at Art Coulons, 6'5" freshman from Crystal Lake, Illinois with the serve. Solid dig. Patriots couldn't convert. Side out once again to IPFW. Tiarni Ball giving some instructions to his troops. Angel Ruiz going to try his luck. Solid kill there.
Well, this Patriot team very feisty. Won't allow IPFW to close out game one here.
James Clanny going to serve again.
Nice short serve.
Block attempt fails, and again another side out to the Dons. This is the 6th attempt for victory here. Game point. Scotty Lane jump serves. Change of pace wide. Game 1 is in the books, and it goes the way of IPFW by a score of 15-9. Well, teams change ends, Ryan. 15-9. Quick thought on this game.
Well, IPFW, they came out a little sluggish perhaps early, 5-5 tie. Then they went on that nice little mini run in between points 5 and 14, I'd say. Blocked a lot of balls. Their transition game is really good. Chris Gislin setting the middle in transition. Josh Sanders, Angel Ruiz able to put the ball away. And they were able to close it out there in the end.
First game is over. We'll take a break and come back for game 2.
As Director of Athletics and Executive Director of the Royal Dons Athletic Association, I am pleased that you have joined us tonight for this telecast. We invite you to join with many of your neighbors and friends and become a part of the Mastodon family. For more information on how you can join the Royal Dons, call us at the number on the screen.
My country is the best country of all. That's why my flag has stars, to remind us that we can reach whatever we want. I'm proud to be an American because I'm free and I can dream and choose what I want to be.
Frank Morales, an American star ready to shine, given the chance. Hispanic Scholarship Fund, opening American minds.
Less crime is no accident. Programs are keeping kids away from crime. It takes you and programs that work. Call now and help take a bite out of crime.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. Mike Miles, Ryan Perrott with you. Game 1 goes to the host team. Let's take a look at a replay, Ryan. I believe it is game point that we will see momentarily. You can see that change of pace attempt, directional attempt, and it goes wide. And you see John Thompson with his hands in the air, happy that his Dons have won game 1. A quick look at some of the numbers from game 1.
IPFW very prolific offensively, hitting 37%. George Mason around 11%. When you hit that low, you're not going to win too many games. The serving is pretty even. George Mason, 2 service aces to 5 service errors. IPFW, 2 service aces to 6 service errors. Digs, IPFW leads George Mason 6-4 in digs. No blocks, however, for IPFW in game 1. George Mason with 2, and last couple weeks, because of the success of IPFW's blocking, they've been able to dominate both Pacific and Penn State. So let's see if they've touched a lot of balls, but let's see if they can start stuff blocking a lot of balls now to the floor, help them cruise here in game 2.
Players are back on the floor. We're almost ready to go. Cleus, Soto, Sanders, Thompson, Librero, Scott Lane, and Chris Gislin on the floor for IPFW. Smith, White, Allen, Coulance, Panners, who will serve, and Mattis, the libero, on the floor for George Mason. Good dig by White. Good block by Chris Gislin.
First stuff block of the night for IPFW. Gislin and Sanders there with the block. Gislin leads the teams in blocks. He's got 87 now on the year.
Sanders with the serve. Good block. Soto and Ruiz tag team it. Point to IPFW.
Well, as I mentioned, in between games 1 and 2, we got to block a lot more balls. IPFW come out and stuff block the first 2 balls.
This time, we'll say it is point to IPFW.
That shot hit the antenna. Another point to the Mastodons.
Nice block by Angel Ruiz. Don's getting out of the blocks quicker this game. Now 3-0.
And a lot of that is their second line of defense. They're blocking. Every ball at least touched. Nice serve there by Sanders.
Gislin with the set. Nice dig there by George Mason. And Jason White puts it away for the Patriots.
Chance for IPFW there to run the table. Nice touch again off the block by Gislin and Ruiz. Ruiz, his shot, beautiful dig there at the back row by one of the Patriots. Side out.
Brian Allen with the serve for George Mason. And they get their first point of game 2. Makes it 3-1.
IPFW's side-out offense has been very consistent throughout the course of the year. As a team, they're hitting around 34%. Very good. In game 1, they had 37%, so very consistent. Nice shot by Hector.
Point to the Dons. Or side out to the Dons, I'm sorry. Soto tried to shake him up a little bit with that change of pace stink shot.
When they serve well and block well, IPFW that is. There's a service ace
for Chris Gislin.
Great serve there by Gislin. When they serve well and they block well, their side-out offense just seems to be clicking. Last couple weeks, I mean, they're on a modest 2-game win streak, but in those last 2 matches, they haven't dropped the set, and they played 2 pretty good teams in Penn State and Pacific. So credit to IPFW, their offense and their defense.
Service error there, so the serve goes over to George Mason. Scott Smith. Good dig there by Kulons. Solid kill by Hector Soto.
Over the top again by Hector, who's donned a couple knee braces for tonight's game.
He will now serve. Wee bit long, however. Service error. See him shaking his head. Side out to the Patriots. Jason White to serve. Gislin with the shot. Oh, nice block by Kulons. Point to George Mason. It's now 4-2 in favor of IPFW.
Ruiz stuff block there for a second time in this game. He's got to be able to hit a ball, not straight ahead, cut a ball, more angles. Tough serve.
Kill attempt is in, so it's point to George Mason. 2 in a row, and now it's 4-3. White continues to serve. Serve attempt is long. Side out to the Dons. Angel Ruiz to serve. Nice kill there by Clanny. Side out back to George Mason. There you get a good look at our Kulons. 6'5" freshman out of Crystal Lake, Illinois. Gislin sets it up for Scotty Lane.
IPFW a little flat here. game 2.
Right now, the results a 4-4 tie. Service error there on George Mason, so it's side out to IPFW. See if Scott Lane can get something going. Miss it, point IPFW, and they go back on top 5-4. Service ace is credited to Lane, I believe. Makes it 6-4. And timeout is called by George Mason. Bring IPFW head men's volleyball coach Arnie Ball into your home each Wednesday and Thursday evening this season. Arnie joins assistant coach Mark Franke to review the Volleyball's progress, discuss the highlights, meet with players, and look ahead to upcoming volleyball action. So tune in to the Arnie Ball Show Wednesday evenings at 9 and Thursday evenings at 7 right here on College 56. And Arnie had a guest host this past week, some guy by the name of Arnie Ball. As Mark Franke was out of town. And Arnie did rather well. George Mason is like some mosquitoes. They pester. They're not going away, and they're making things a little bit difficult for IPFW so far.
They stick and stay, and they pick their opportunities. And it's always tough when you play a team like that because, just the slightest opening, they just pounce on it. They can take advantage of it. And Coach Ball talking to the guys in that timeout, perhaps telling them that, you're up 6-4 here. Continue to play the way you're playing, a little sluggish here in game 2. George Mason could just come back and bite you.
Good save by Scott Lane. Let's see if they can convert. And they do. Yarkleus comes up with the kill. Makes the score 7-4 in favor of IPFW.
IPFW perhaps getting a great window here to open things up. Scott Lane back to serve, the best server on the team, 35 aces this season. Last year's MIVA MVP. There's a chance.
Good save. All right, Thompson set it up.
That's why he's in there as the libero. John Thompson, great defensive play. That shot there hit the top of the tape. Managed to come in and flip that one up. Josh Sanders reared back and put it away.
Doesn't hurt to be 6'7" either. Stretch that long body and come up with that dig.
Should be another point here for IPFW.
Gesslin with the set. Good save. Net interference, I believe. Side out George Mason. Clanny to serve for the Patriots. They trail 8-4 here in game 2. Good digging by George Mason here. Gislin sets it up. Sanders puts it away.
Nice shot there by Sanders. Gislin running the middle in transition.
Give George Mason credit, though, on that point. They kept it alive for a while.
Good defensive team is George Mason. They dig around 9 balls a game. Very pesky team, as we were mentioning earlier.
Good look at Panos Iarkleus. Surprised I finally got that right after all these games. Nice block. Tag team block. Sanders and Gislin. Point makes it 9-4 in favor of the Dons.
That's been the difference here in game 2 with this big lead. Nice short serve by Iarkleus. The blocking of IPFW. There's another touch off the block, chance to score.
Oh. 4 hits, so it's side out to George Mason. Jonathan Hanners to serve. Hector Soto with the blast. Side out to the Dons. Sanders to serve. Good block. Ruiz and Gislin teaming together. Makes it 10-4. Substitution for IPFW. First real one of the night. Number 2, John Scott, 6'1" freshman from Arlington, Texas. The Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area. Service error, however. Side out, George Mason. Thompson back in as the libero. Ryan Allen serving wide. Side out back to IPFW. And if you're just tuning in, this is game 2 of a best-of-5 match. IPFW won game 1, 15-9. They lead the game 2, 10-4. Make it 11-4 now.
Great serve by Gislin. He served very well here tonight. Substitution here for George Mason.
Number 9, Gary Moore, 6'2" senior out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Replaces Scott Smith. Chris Gislin with the jump serve. Kill attempt by Coulance is long. Makes it 12-4 in favor of the Dons. And George Mason calls another timeout. Learn more about Mastodon sports in season by tuning into Mastodon Spotlight each Tuesday and Wednesday evening here on College 56. Yours truly will review the week's sports activities, look at game footage, and talk with coaches on the program. That's Mastodon Spotlight, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. right here on College 56. Well, another timeout called by George Mason, Ryan. They're down 12-4. When you're down this much in game 2 and you've already lost game 1, what can you do to stop the trend?
It's a little disparaging for George Mason coming in. Early in game 1, it looked like they'd be hanging around for quite some time. But right now, IPFW, just way too much firepower. George Mason, they're not receiving serve particularly well. A lot of hitting errors on their part and a lot of service errors on their part. So those are 3 key facets of the game. And when you're not doing them well, it's a tough chance of winning any contest, especially that against IPFW, who's been on a roll as of late.
Players coming back on the floor. 12-4 is our score here in game 2. Chris Gislin with the serve for IPFW.
Overpass.
And Soto makes him pay. Makes it 13-4. Block attempt is wide. So side out to George Mason. You get a good look at Angel Ruiz. Gary Moore with the serve, and it's a service error as it goes into the net.
Double digits now for George Mason in service errors.
Hector Soto to serve, 2 points away from victory here in game 2. Service error, just caught the top of the tape. Jason White, number 7, will serve for George Mason.
Nice serve.
Gislin with the set. Villarcleos puts it away. Side out once again to the Volleyball.
Clayus has played particularly well tonight. A couple substitutions here for IPFW.
Sanders back in for Scott. And Ruiz will serve.
His first starting action of the season, although he was the libero. Panos has adjusted well to the outside position here tonight.
Side out to the Patriots.
And I'm not just saying that because he's my roommate either. I'm not just saying that.
Would do. Side out again to the Dons. The dig attempt fails. Scott Lane will now serve for IPFW. And be sure to tune in to College 56 Sundays at noon and Friday evenings at 8 when host Melissa Long visits with IPFW Business and Management faculty Prasad Binji, Joseph Kamala, and Jim Moore to get an in-depth look at e-commerce and how it may affect you or your business in the future. That's Sundays at noon and Fridays at 8 for IPFW Up Close right here on College 56. And game point put away by Clayus. And the Dons prevail in game 2 by a score of 15-4. So they are on top, 2-0 in this best-of-5 match. Successful by scores of 15-9 and 15-4. We'll take a short break and then come back for game 3 as you're watching IPFW Volleyball right here on College 56 Sports.
I really wanted to go for an Indiana University business degree.
But with housing and tuition, it really adds up, and the money just wasn't there to go away to college.
And with a 2-year-old, my housing options were kind of limited anyway.
And the truth is, I really wanted to keep my job and stay close to home.
Going to IPFW made all that possible.
IPFW? The best choice I ever made.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The right school, right here, right now.
Crackhead, drug dealer, street hustler, gang member. All kicked out of the community with the help of kids
Like me.
Me.
Us.
You can make a difference. We have the power to help prevent crime. Call 1-800-722-TEENS to find out what you can do in your community.
It's time we're judged by
What we do.
not how we look.
We back?
I'm Walter Bowman, Director of Athletics at IPFW. Thank you for joining us this evening and allowing me 60 seconds of your time. Since August of this academic year, you have both read and heard of our drive for Division I status. The Executive Board of the Royal Dons Athletic Association, our associates in Business 100, and hundreds of constituents like yourself have all joined together with a single purpose, Division I athletics for you and the Fort Wayne community. At present, we are exploring many possibilities for potential conference affiliation, along with expanding the base programs offered. Recently, the faculty approved the addition of men and women's indoor and outdoor track, bringing our offerings to 16 varsity programs. I believe that when we are an NCAA Division I program, each of you watching this television program tonight will have an opportunity to view firsthand the Hoosiers, Boilermakers, and the Fighting Irish here in Fort Wayne and at the Coliseum and at the university. In order to move our vision from the dream stage to reality, we need to continue to attract strong alumni and community support. Fort Wayne, the second largest city in the state, is deserving of a Division I program which reflects the community's greatness. Together, you and I are positioned to form an alliance which will give the citizens of Northeast Indiana even more reason to show our Hoosier pride. The number on the screen will provide you the opportunity to become involved in Mastodon excitement. Pick up your phone and call me so we can discuss your involvement.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. I'm Mike Mouse along with Ryan Perrott. 2 games in the books, both going the way of the home team tonight. The IPFW Volleyball by scores of 15-9 and 15-4 over George Mason University. Ryan Perrott, the numbers in game 2.
Well, the numbers speak for volumes because IPFW hitting around 33% for the match. You look at George Mason, they're negative 2%. So they've dropped way off from game 1. IPFW, their blocking in game 2 became apparent for the domination. 9 blocks that game total for the match because they didn't have any in game 1. So IPFW just turned it up another notch. They served particularly well as well. So they cruised there in game 2.
With your team up 2-0 in the best of 5, does Coach Ball decide to put some other players in to get them some experience?
It would be a good time for that. You're up
There's a
2-0.
replay of game point, I believe.
Replay there. Scotty Lane with his jump serve, IPFW. Nice dig in the back there by the libero, John Thompson, and Panosita Cleus put it away to end game 2. Would be a nice time to get some of the players some experience. Coach Ball been substituting a lot here tonight. So don't be surprised if he starts emptying the bench.
Yeah, some future Volleyball, Mastodons, and what have you there in the crowd tonight. Well, Soto, Lane, Sanders, Gislin, Jeff Schmitz, number 3, 6'6" freshman out of West Allis, Wisconsin, is on the floor for the Dons, as is Mike Cummings, making his first appearance tonight, 6'8" senior out of Young America, Minnesota, and Mike will serve to start game 3. Good kill by Scott Smith of the Patriots. Side out, George Mason.
And if you're George Mason going into this game, just got to tell yourselves, hey, we got nothing to lose here. You know, we're on the road, we're playing the 9th-ranked team in the country. We have nothing to lose. Let's all let it hang out here on the floor. Nice set.
Side out to IPFW.
Scott Lane's 7th kill tonight.
And he gets to serve for his efforts. Good kill by Jason White. Side out, George Mason.
IPFW through 2 sets, 5 service aces, 10 service errors. 50% serving, that's very good.
Woo! Nice kill. Side out to the Dons. You want to be sure and tune in to College 56 Sunday evening to hear Fort Wayne native and nationally renowned author Michael Martone read from his latest book, The Flatness and Other Landscapes. That's Michael Martone, this Sunday evening, March 26th at 9 o'clock, right here on College 56.
Before you read that video over, Josh Sanders annihilated that volleyball. Side out right now for George Mason.
Scott Smith to serve. Net violation, I believe, or lifting.
Calling Chris Gislin on the lift there.
And for the first time, I believe, in 3 matches, first point of a game goes to the opposition of IPFW. Will do. Sanders with the serve. it's point to the Dons. They tie it now at 1 apiece.
Another nice block there at the net by Cummings and Gislin. The Minnesota connection.
Somebody else gets tongue-tied once in a while. Nice block.
That's what I meant to say. Soto and Cummings there with the block.
Makes the score 2-1 in favor of IPFW. Get a good look at the IPFW team. Watching the action from the sidelines.
IPFW is so dominating, especially when they're at the net, forcing teams to do just that, hitting error.
Art Kulans couldn't believe he thought his kill attempt might have been tipped, but they say no. And the result is the 3rd point for IPFW. Jason White didn't miss, however. And he gets the Patriots the serve.
The last 2 or 3 weeks, IPFW, they've played the complete package. They've served impressively. They've blocked impressively. There's a great serve
Service ace by Jason White.
They've passed well. They've dug well. In the last couple weeks, they've just looked invincible ever since coming back from Los Angeles, having a sit-down meeting with Coach Ball. Well, they've given up 2 points there in a row.
Makes it 3-3. Good look at 6-foot sophomore Jason White. Service error, however, so the serve goes over to IPFW. Chris Gislin will serve, the setter on this ball club. Thompson with the dig, Gislin with the set. Too many hits and a lift makes it point to the Dons, and they now take a 4-3 lead.
Martin Gilbert, our head official, calling the lift there on the George Mason player.
Again, Gislin with a jump serve. Nice change of pace there by Hanners.
Hanners taking matters into his own hands there. Nice dump shot, giving the Patriots a side out.
Kulans, 6'5" freshman with the serve. Was it tapped? I think it was touched. So it is side out to IPFW. And we'll get a good look at Hector Soto and his jump serve. Good play there by Claney. Side out Patriots.
That shot just out of the reach of Hector Soto. Nice touch off the block by Cummings. Little redirection. Soto unable to pick it up.
Good effort by George Mason, but it's unsuccessful. Side out to the Dons.
Couple nice shots there by Mike Cummings. Claney in the back row there for George Mason. Couple sweet digs. Cummings back to serve.
Trying to stretch a 4-3 IPFW advantage here in Game 3. Miss hit by Sanders. Side out George Mason.
Set just out of the reach there of Sanders. Unable to put the ball over it.
Jonathan Hanners with the serve. Service error. 6 consecutive service errors between these two teams.
It's 12 on the night for George Mason.
Good digging by George Mason. Soto puts it away. The IPFW Student Government Election Campaign has gotten much more interesting since candidates Cecilia Taylor, Jim Corson, Jenny Johnson, and Matthew McDonald formed a coalition. Will the outgoing president have endorsed candidates Nick Gray and Rob Loper? Or will candidate Tanya Ryan prevail? Stay tuned. IPSGA Update staff Mel Cormican and Dan Westrick will be providing Election Day updates on Tuesday and Wednesday of this next week, beginning at 10:30 a.m. right here on College 56. Dig attempt unsuccessful. Five-3 our score. IPFW with the serve. Jeff Schmitz. Good solid rocket by Jason White. Side out, George Mason. Soto comes to life. Side out, IPFW. Sanders with the serve. Miscommunication there. Sanders was backing away, and that ball died.
Well, Gislin played the first ball there. Usually the middles would step up and take it and set the ball. Mike Cummings there. A little miscommunication, he and Josh Sanders.
Soto's kill, too difficult for the Patriots that time. Side out Dons.
High and hard, Hector Soto going over the top again. Great set by Chris Gislin, falling away that time. He's back to serve.
Kill attempt wide. Point to IPFW. They now lead 6-3. Gislin will serve again. The George Mason Brain Trust trying to figure out what they can do to change things around. Service ace. Makes it 7-3.
Gislin's fourth ace tonight. He has served extraordinary. And as I say that, of course, I drink some.
Kiss of death.
Of course.
Service there, side out to the Patriots. And it looks like Art Kulans will be the server. Good dig there by White. Cummings with the serve. Scott Lane with a little help. Gets the side out for IPFW.
That's what I was just talking about a little earlier. Chris Gislin there played the first ball. Mike Cummings, the middle, stepped in, handled the second ball. Nice athletic back set to Scott Lane. Able to put that shot away.
Soto with the serve. Nice tip by Schmitz and Cummings. Makes it 8-3 in favor of IPFW.
Nice block there by Schmitz as Hanners tried to corkscrew that on two. Schmitz reading it perfectly.
Block attempt wide. Side out, George Mason. Gary Moore coming back in for George Mason, replacing Scott Smith. And serving will be James Clanny. Point to George Mason. Schmitz's kill attempt fell wide. He atones for it, however.
Great answer by Schmitz there. George Mason sort of picking on him, serving-wise. That time able to respond after a hitting error.
Side out to IPFW. Mike Cummings to serve. Good hit there by Brian Allen. Schmitz, and you're right, they're aiming at Schmitz. Unable to return it. Side out, George Mason.
Schmitz, a freshman, seeing his first action of the season.
Solid hit by Lane. George Mason unable to block it. Side out, Dons. Now Matthew Kent makes his first appearance of the night. Number 7, 6'6" freshman out of Virginia Beach. One that got away from the Patriots. Good dig by Schmitz. Let's see if they can convert. Yes, they can.
Great play there, Matt Kent coming in for Scott Lane, replacing him at the opposite position. Able to put his first kill away for the night.
Point makes it 9-4 in favor of IPFW. Service error, however, sends the serve back over to the visitors from Fairfax, Virginia.
Watching Ken in practice, he's starting to mature a little bit more. Able to spend some time this week at practice with the guys. He's developing rather nicely.
Good dig by Allen. See if the Pats can convert. Good dig by Kent. Soto puts it away.
Soto's going to be called for a back row violation. His foot touched the line.
And it results in a point for George Mason. It's now 9-5. Nice kill by Jeff Schmitz. It's one way to show him, you're going to pick on me. I'll come right back to the forefront. I'll take care of you. Jeff serves. Nice block. Soto and Sanders tag team it.
Soto animated after that block. George Mason tooling Hector a couple times this game. That time Hector able to get his arms over and stop block that shot. Nice serve by Schmitz.
Dig by Kent. Another dig by Sanders. Good dig by Coulons. Kill attempt long.
Nice defense there by both sides.
The longest point of the match. Side out, George Mason. Service error, however, by Gary Moore. Turns it right back over to IPFW. Now another substitution. Aris Iarcleos, brother of Panos, makes his first appearance of the night. Dig by Gislin. And it's point to IPFW, makes it 11-5. Volleyball closing in on a possible 13th win of the season. Timeout called by George Mason. With our score 11-5 in favor of IPFW. got a timeout on the floor. Let's take a break as well. You're watching IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
I wanted to study engineering so I could get a better job without giving up the job I've already got.
Of course, getting a degree without going into debt was pretty high on my list, too.
And I wanted the kind of education that I could only get in smaller classes with the professor's full attention.
IPFW offered me all of that. And the Purdue engineering degree is going to look pretty good on my resume.
Going to IPFW is the best choice I ever made.
IPFW, the right school, right here, right now.
Center. 11-5 is our score in Game 3. IPFW on top. They've already won Games 1 and 2 by scores of 15-9 and 15-4. Service error, however, turns the serve over to George Mason. Jason White, probably the bright spot for George Mason tonight with the serve. And didn't mean to jinx him, but he served it right into the net.
Offensively, though, both he and Claney have been the two bright spots for George Mason.
Chris Gislin to serve for IPFW. Service ace. The Patriots are shell-shocked.
It's number 5 tonight for Gislin.
3 points away from match victory. Kulans has other ideas, however, and it's side out to the Patriots. Kulans to serve. Solid kill there by Mike Cummings.
Cummings has come alive the last couple weeks as well offensively. A lot of heat behind that ball. Side out to the Dons.
Hector Soto to serve. Nice change of pace by the setter, Jonathan Hanners. Found the open spot, and it's side out Patriots. Claney to serve. Solid hit by Schmitz. Makes it side out IPFW. Sanders back in the lineup for Aris Iarcleos. Mike Cummings to serve. Kill attempt into the net by White. Point makes it 13-5 in favor of the home team. Don's just 2 points away from victory now. Kill attempt is long. And we are at match point. IPFW faithful on their feet. Cummings with the serve. George Mason stays alive. Nice kill there by Brian Allen. Side out Pats. Hanners with the serve. Net violation, 4 hits.
Net violation. Allen touching the net for the Patriots.
Here we go again. Matt Kent gonna try to put it away.
Could be it.
Gislin with the set. Good dig by George Mason, however, they keep it momentarily alive. And they put it away. Side out, George Mason.
Great dig there by Coulons off of Sanders' attempt.
See Arnie Ball shaking his head there.
Coming right to left, right in front of us for the dig. Able to postpone the victory celebration for the Dons.
At least momentarily. Brian Allen to serve. Gislin with the set. Schmidt with some help, puts it away. Here we go again. This time Jeff Schmitz will try to be the hero. Finish it off.
Overpass.
That's it. Ball goes in the net. Game, set, and match. IPFW successful tonight. 15-9, 15-4, and 15-5. With the win, the Dons improved to 13-7 overall, while George Mason drops to an overall mark of 9-9. Players will shake hands, we'll take a break, and then hope to talk to a couple of members of the victorious Maui Dons. But you're watching IPFW Volleyball here on College 56 Sports.
As Director of Athletics and Executive Director of the Royal Dons Athletic Association, I am pleased that you have joined us tonight for this telecast. We invite you to join with many of your neighbors and friends and become a part of the Mastodon family. For more information on how you can join the Royal Dons, call us at the number on the screen.
Help wanted. Immediate openings available. For the most important jobs in America, helping the organizations that help children. Whatever you can do, in whatever time you have, you can make a difference. To learn how you can help in your community, reach us at this web address and number. We're fighting for the children. Whose side are you on?
As the American military gets smaller, who will be there to answer the call? They will. They're the National Guard and Reserve, and they make up half of today's military forces. As an employer, you may be asked to support their mission. Remember, their response depends on yours.
Welcome back to a very happy Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. IPFW victorious tonight over the George Mason Patriots by scores of 15-9, 15-4, and 15-5. Again, as we said, the victory raises the record of IPFW to 13-7 overall, 7-2 in conference play, and George Mason drops to 9-9 overall. Again, we want to remind you as we get ready for a couple of post-match interviews to tune in to College 56 this coming Sunday evening, March 26th at 7 p.m. for the replay of tonight's men's volleyball match with George Mason. That's Sunday evening, the 26th of March at 7 p.m. for the replay of tonight's match right here on College 56. And we may see a replay of match point here. No, okay, we'll have that a little bit later. Right now, let's go on over to Ryan Perrott with a couple of members of the IPFW team.
With IPFW outside hitter Hector Soto. Hector, a very impressive performance here tonight. The last 3 weeks, it seems like you guys have been clicking on all cylinders. What's been the difference ever since coming back from Los Angeles?
I think we have a lot more energy. Our match against Long Beach over there, we made some changes, and the team is developing a lot of more energy. So I think that's the main difference right now. We have a lot more energy when we play.
At the spring fling, and I noticed that here tonight, you guys have served well, and you guys are blocking a lot more balls. Well, what's been the difference there?
I think we were just in a slump, you know. We were just waiting to get our games back, and, you know, it's finally starting to come back. I don't think that we've done any major changes. It's just that, you know, we've been in a slump.
Lewis next Friday, a big match. You're seeded 9th, they're seeded 8th. You guys beat them at Lewis in 5. What's going to be the key to victory next Friday?
I think, just play the same way we're playing with energy. We should not have a problem with them if we keep playing the same way we're playing lately.
All right, Hector Soto, congratulations on the victory here tonight.
Thank you.
Angel Ruiz is going to join me as well, middle blocker for IPFW. Angel, the last couple of weeks, I'm going to ask you the same question I did with Hector. You guys have come alive offensively, and the complete package. What's been the difference?
Practicing, and Chris is getting more confident with me in the middle. So we have been working on it in this half of the season.
I've noticed that Chris Gislin's setting a lot of balls to the middles in transition, something you've worked on in practice?
Yeah, Coach got a lot of confidence on me. We have been working hard on it. So for these last 3 weeks, so.
Big match next Friday, Lewis coming here. Your thoughts on that match?
Hard match, like the last match that we had against them, we played 5 games. So we're planning on winning on 3.
Hopefully a three-game victory. Angel, congratulations on the win tonight. Good luck next weekend.
Thank you.
All right, let's send it back to Mike Moss at the desk.
Thank you, Ryan. I am, are we back? I think we are. We are back now, and I am joined by assistant coach Mark Franke. Well, we may not be back. There we are. We are back. Thank you very much, John Yaus. I'm joined now by assistant coach Mark Franke, and Mark, Arnie may want you to stay out in California for a few extra days.
Just because I missed the taping of our show on Tuesday?
Possibly. Talk about this match tonight.
Well, I, of course, never get to see us play. I'm always watching the other team, but I hear a lot of what's said on the bench among the coaching staff. And I do get to see individual plays. And what I thought was interesting tonight, even though we weren't pressed very hard by George Mason, this is a young rebuilding team out of Mason. We had a lineup change with Jeff Petak having to sit down to rest because of his knee. Both Panos and Jeff Schmitz, who came in that spot, played well. Josh Sanders played well, who started tonight and played the whole match. He played real well. So we got some nice play out of what are typically the non-starters. And the other thing that was nice, I think on transition, we kept a lot of balls in play. We also reacted quickly. And that's something we've never been very good at. We're mostly a one-play team. Go in with your power. If your power doesn't work, well, you try it the next time. And tonight I thought we kept a lot of balls in play by very quick reactions and very good decisions on those quick reactions.
3 very, very good performances in a row by this team. Next Friday night, MIVA action comes back. A very important match with Lewis. I believe they're ranked 8th in the country, and IPFW is ranked 9th. Thoughts about that match?
Well, our match up there with them earlier in the season was really a tough one. I thought we did a good job of controlling much of the match, but we had 2 weak spots where we just kind of went to sleep and allowed Lewis to come back. And so the match was much closer than it needed to be. Of course it's important. We've lost to Ohio State twice. We have to work hard now to maintain the number 2 spot in the conference. And should somebody knock off Ohio State, or 2 people hopefully, we have a chance to have the number 1 seed. But more importantly, as you said, we've in 3 matches now. We've played very, very well after playing poorly for 3 matches prior to that. And so we need to stay on that rebound.
And we can eliminate the yo-yo effect up and down.
Oh, this has been a terrible year for that. We play real well for 2 or 3 weeks, real poorly for 2 or 3 weeks. I've never seen anything like it in the 12 years or so I've been helping Arnie with this program.
Well, again, congratulations on the effort tonight, and good luck next Friday night against Lewis.
Thank you very much. We're going to need all the luck we can get, and we need to keep playing better.
Mark Franke, assistant coach here at IPFW. Again, the Dons victorious tonight in 3 straight games, 15-9, 15-4, and 15-5. Want to remind you, too, as Ryan's going to come back in and we're going to talk about the final numbers. Want to remind you that we will be back next Friday evening, March 31st, for more IPFW live sports when we bring you live coverage of the Volley Dons contest with the Flyers of Lewis University. So tune in next Friday night, 7 p.m. right here for IPFW against Lewis on College 56. Ryan, final thoughts as we're almost out of time on this match.
Well, IPFW, they're rolling right now. They've won 3 matches in a row and all decisively, very impressively. Hopefully they can continue that next weekend against Lewis and Rutgers here.
Well, a big win here tonight, and the Dons are on a roll.
They're on fire. In fuego.
Thank you, Ryan, as always tonight. A lot of fun. Appreciate your contributions.
My pleasure.
Well, it's time for us to thank some people, as our program tonight was sponsored in part by Dairy Queen, by Waterfield Mortgage, by Fujifilm, Touchtone, Chestnut Group, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Pizza Hut of Canterbury, featuring famous Pizza Hut pizza. We'd like to thank at this time the College 56 production crew, the IPFW athletic staff, the City of Fort Wayne, Comcast Cablevision, the IPFW Learning Resource Center, and especially the IPFW Office of University Relations and Communications for their contributions to this College 56 sports telecast. This telecast of IPFW Sports is copyrighted and the sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized duplication, exhibition, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this event without expressed written consent is strictly prohibited. We hope you've enjoyed our telecast of IPFW Sports, and we thank you again for joining us this evening. For Ryan Peratt, this is Mike Maas saying goodbye for now. Again tonight in straight games, IPFW victorious over George Mason University, 15-9, 15-4, and 15-5. The record rises to 13-7. Be sure to watch Sunday night for the replay of this match. Tune in to Mastodon Spotlight and the Arnie Ball Show later next week. And again, a week from tonight, we'll join you again here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center when IPFW takes on Lewis University. Until then, we bid you a fond farewell from the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW.